What's up, everybody? It's the Inhuman one here, and today we're going to slay a king. That's right. I'm going to show you how to defeat the Storm King in Fortnite's Fortnitemares event. Now we'll be going over the best tips and tricks to accomplish this difficult task, and at the end of the video, I will leave you with the footage of my first victory, which took the form of a very support-based role. So without further ado, let's get started. Now first thing is first. As always, landing quickly is key. Be sure to completely ignore the misleading size of the first circle and head straight for the island at the center of the map. Search for any chests and use the glowing purple craters as jump pads to maneuver quickly to other areas with loot within the limited space. Keep in mind that the items that you pick up here will determine the role you need to play in order to be successful. You can't always pick your teammates, but you can synergize with the other players, including those not on your immediate team, to get the victory. In the event that you get a high DPS loadout like burst rifles, assault rifles, etc., then you'll want to focus primarily on destroying weak points in the Storm King's horns. The burst rifles deal insane amounts of damage to weak points and completely melt the horns when you teamfight with other players. They can also double as close range weapons that can clear out multiple low to mid level fiends in one short burst. If you get pumpkin launchers, bandage bazookas, and SMGs, you want to focus on healing other players and destroying the crystal structures that generate fiends. In between destroying the crystal structures, feel free to empty a few clips to the Storm King's weak points to help out your teammates. If you're on cleanup duty, don't be afraid to use the pumpkin launcher on the crystals. You'll get much more bang for your buck. Also, don't neglect the sheer effectiveness of your pickaxe. Each swing deals a consistent 75 damage and can one-shot most low to mid-level fiends. If you get bum rushed by one of these fat bastards, just pull out whatever offensive weapon you have and feed them some lead. Once a crystal structure is destroyed, a ton of healing items and ammo will drop. Be sure to pick these up before the Storm King emits his purple AoE energy attack that completely clears the map. Which leads us to our next tip. Make it a point to learn the Storm King's move pattern. Overall, it's pretty limited and he telegraphs nearly every movement. The most important ones to keep in mind are the purple laser that can one-shot you, the purple AoE that I mentioned earlier, and the rock throw. In order to avoid the purple laser of death, be sure to watch the Storm King's mouth. It will begin to glow purple and he'll take a very deep breath. Move in straight lines and use the purple craters to maneuver safely out of the attack radius. Building structures will not work. The AoE attack doesn't deal any damage, but it does clear the map of any loot that can be picked up, so be sure to constantly stay on the move and collect loot as you go. The rock throw was the last honorable mention, mostly because of the amount of damage it can deal. If the Storm King picks up a single giant boulder, watch his arm to see where the bad boy's going to land. If you're in the target area, be sure to build a quick structure to deflect the incoming hailstorm from hell. Aside from the above tips, you'll want to keep the following things in mind. Number 1. Move in straight lines to avoid the Storm King's attacks, and use craters to cover large distances. Number 2. Collect resources and build simple structures to keep fiends at bay. Remember, resources are not plentiful here, so simple and sweet is the way to go. Number 3. Be a team player. Don't just focus on keeping your own teammates alive. Number 4. Once the Storm King's horns are weak points, focus all of your efforts on DPS. Number 5. Play your role based on your weapon loadout. It's okay to be a support role and healer. Even if you're like me and normally focus on the offensive, trust me, the unique umbrella is worth it. And so there you have it. Those are the most simple and effective tips needed to defeat the Storm King. If you follow these strategies, you're sure to dethrone the evil monarch. But be careful of what you do with all that power once you defeat him. For heavy lies the crown. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And until next time, it's the Inhuman one, signing out.